Honey, do you think we can talk now? Babe? Head over heels. Hello everybody, welcome to Head Over Heels. Two quick things. First, I'm from the United States of America, so if you're from a different country, a different culture, the things that I say here, they may not be the same for your country or your culture. The second, I am not a licensed professional. Staying together with anyone in a relationship is hard enough all by itself. Add in a dismissive avoidant attachment style and things just get way more complicated. How close are you supposed to be in a relationship? Is it okay to want more? Should you want less? Ugh. Valentine's Day is coming up, so this week we're doing Head Over Heels all week. Head Over Heels focuses on mental health and relationships, and we're focusing today on what does dismissive avoidant attachment look like in relationships. An attachment style is how somebody bonds with other people, and when it comes to a dismissive avoidant attachment style, the general theme is that they're not comfortable with emotions. They do not like to feel vulnerable. It does not come naturally to them. Usually this is because they experience some sort of attachment trauma, often when they were very young children. At a time when they were vulnerable and they needed to rely on their caregivers or their parents, those people let them down because whenever they expressed their emotions and they expressed their vulnerability, it was met with some sort of criticism, attack, or it was just dismissed and avoided. I need help. Do it yourself. Being close with somebody, sharing affection, having those deep connections, and that personal intimacy that we have in a relationship that's normal and healthy to have in a relationship, none of that comes easy to somebody who has a dismissive avoidant attachment style. Typically, all of that behavior is perceived as threatening, at least on an emotional level. It's as if emotions and vulnerability are just things that get in the way of life. Self-discipline is the most valuable attribute a human being can have. On the surface, somebody with dismissive avoidant attachment style may appear cruel and unkind. Shut up and stop making excuses. Or it could be that their apparent level-headedness is what made them attractive in the first place. Non-attachment is the antidote to all human suffering. Or maybe it was their deep intellectual understanding of things that made them attractive. Logically, you only have a limited set of choices. Pick the one that maximizes your advancement. Usually, if you try to initiate getting closer together with them, even if you're just sharing your own insecurities and your own vulnerabilities and your own emotions, they'll still back away from you and try to discourage you from doing that. Not right now. I had a long day. Please remember that name-calling, criticism, the silent treatment, and generally dismissing and ignoring your needs, when repeated over time as a pattern, is emotional abuse. To keep yourself from being harmed, you'll need to lay down strong boundaries. Since your emotional needs do matter, calmly expressing them to the person with dismissive avoidant attachment may help, since remember, they don't want to be overwhelmed with emotion. You don't want to come at them with this swelling, this burst of energy that's going to seem threatening to them. So keeping it down to a lower level, a minimum, and approaching them in a very non-threatening way may help to get your message across. I've been having trouble with something and I'd be grateful for your input. A great person to help you learn how to communicate in a way that won't be threatening is a couples therapist. A couples therapist can help to set up some structure in your relationship so that everybody knows what to expect when you're communicating and you have some problem-solving skills to work through things. This will help the relationship function for everybody. It would also really be helpful for anybody that has an attachment trauma to go in and see an individual therapist, somebody who specializes in trauma especially. Trauma has a way of seeping and creeping into our relationships in the most unexpected places sometimes, and it winds up being a block to our intimacy. As we work on ourselves and our own issues, we also bring that into the relationship, and the relationship can improve. Finding the right level of intimacy in a relationship is tricky enough as it is. A dismissive avoidant attachment style can make everybody in the relationship uncomfortable and not really sure of what to do to have a healthy relationship. The good news here, as with all attachment styles, dismissive avoidant attachment style can be changed. All you'll need is some patience, some dedication, and some guidance. Everybody deserves to have healthy and happy relationships, and that includes you. I mentioned how important it is to have healthy boundaries in relationships like this, and while I'm not a therapist myself, I do have some free worksheets up over on my Patreon page that may help. Maybe you'll bring them to a couples therapist. I use Patreon to support people that I love who are doing things that they love. It takes a lot of work to do these videos, and I'm grateful for my patrons who are out there who are helping keep me encouraged to keep doing this and helping me in my mission of humanizing mental health. If you want to learn more about mental health and relationships, head over to youtube.com/RyanLiberty, hit subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to be notified every time I do a new video. Remember, we're focusing on relationships this week. Now let's learn from each other. I want to hear from you. When you have been in a moment where you did not want your partner close to you, you felt shut down, you didn't trust them, whatever it was, what was something that they could have done that would have helped you to open up? Maybe you have dismissive avoidant attachment yourself. Let's hear some tips. We can all learn from each other. Thank you everyone for joining me here on Head Over Heels. This guy here on YouTube says that I might be avoiding you. Do I do that?